Today's dish is all about timing, lovely ingredients, fresh and fragrant parts, all put together in a beautiful way. Thai red curry or Penang curry on today's episode of Tom Brown's Kitchen. So, what do you need to make a delicious Thai red curry? Well, you're going to need some coconut cream, lime leaves, fish sauce, red curry paste. I have the recipe down below if you'd like to make it at home. And some lovely king prawns, deheaded and deveined. Down from the herb garden, I have some lovely basil with the purple flowers. If you can find a piece with some purple flowers, perfect for garnishing. Looks fantastic. Smells so fragrant. We have a large red chili, and we're going to be showing you how to prep this and then cook it and put it over some rice to have a beautiful fragrant dish for dinner. So not too much prep to do, but I will show you the technical things about how to chop these two ingredients here so that they go in at the right time with the right consistency, because there are a few tips and tricks for this dish which I'll be showing you mostly over at the stove. But before we go over there, I'm just going to show you how to chop these leaves up. So you're going to get 4 or 5 large leaves, taking those thick stalks off the end and putting them to the side, lining them up as best as you can, making sure that the largest one is at the back and they're all kind of in a nice shape like this. Then you're going to want to tightly roll that up. Okay, so once you tightly roll that up, you're going to see it looks kind of like this. Now, putting the end of the roll on the chopping board, you can go with a very sharp knife. Now, making sure this is sharp, and you want to just slowly, now you can do it as fast or as slow as you feel comfortable, but just for the purposes of this, and you're going to come up with a thin strip just like that. So it kind of looks like a fine hair. Putting that to the side. Now, your chilies. Grab a large chili, make sure that you take out the seeds on both sides. Get that, chop it in half, and then you're going to chop it into strips just like that. You're going to want them to look like batons, or we call them julienne in the trade. Over to the side here like that, and the same again for this. Now take your time, you can do it as fast or as slow as you feel comfortable, just making sure that you keep your safety. Don't chop too fast, there's no one you need to impress, the dish will impress them enough. So once you've got your ingredients all set up, we're going to go over and we're going to start to cook this over at the stove. So I'll see you there, stick around. So you will take your non-stick pan, I'm using a diamond pan, or you can use a stone pan or a ceramic pan, but just make sure it's a non-stick or a wok of some description that you've seasoned, getting it nice and hot on the fire. I'm going to put half of your coconut cream in. Like this. And just stir that around. And you basically want to start to reduce that coconut cream. You're going to see that it starts to come away. Keeping to stir continuously around and around and around, pulling in from the edges occasionally. As you keep heating that and stirring it to the edge, you're going to start to see that the solids from that coconut cream will start to form of some type, is because you don't want to get any color into this dish if possible. You want to try and keep this dish without any crispy burn or anything on the side. We're not trying to stick this. That's why it's a stir-fry curry. Oftentimes when you get this in a restaurant, they've done this part already and they just throw the sauces together with the fresh ingredients at the end. Just wanting to get that creamy base. This will also give the Penang curry a really interesting texture. And once you start to see that colour start to turn a little bit, as you can there, and you get those solids in, you want to add the rest of your cream, maybe saving a couple of tablespoons in case you need it for later, and just giving it a stir. Now those solids will mix in with the cream, giving it a much more hearty flavour. And it's one of the tricks of a good curry, is that initial cook. It's why so many of those home cooked meal packets don't taste as good or as authentic as the ones that you make from scratch. And they often aren't any easier, really. Maybe a few minutes difference in cooking, but the process is really easy. So just continuing to stir, bringing it across. So once that bubbles up just like that, you want to turn your heat down a little bit, and this is when you add in your red curry. So I'm using a couple of tablespoons here. It just really depends on how hot you want your dish to be. Giving that a stir in like that. Smells absolutely fantastic. If you were here, you would absolutely love the smell. Aromatic. There's a unctuousness about it as well. Okay, so turning that heat down again. That smell is just fantastic. So once you get that nice and incorporated and there aren't any lumps of curry paste left, you're going to add in your protein. Now you can use anything you'd like. You can use finely diced pork, you can use beef, you can use chicken. I've chosen to use king prawns. It is Sunday. We are having a little bit of a delicious meal tonight. So just throw those in and bring that heat back up. Alright, so you want to treat this kind of like you're frying the prawns and you're stir frying them at the same time in this curry. You want to be playing with your heat. If you have an induction cooker, you can set it and forget it. But if it starts to heat up too much, turn it down, because you want to keep that juicy sauce. That's why we've kept a little bit on the side in case we need to top up this sauce. The prawns will start to cook pretty quickly if you push them to the edges. Now the flavours of these prawns and the sauce will all start combining, and it will cook down magnificently into this beautiful, delicate but also flavourful, punchy, chili, aromatic curry sauce. Now once you start to get a little bit of a colour on your prawns and you can see that they're starting to cook through, give them another flip. And this is about the time you're going to add in your fish sauce. So 2 tablespoons in. Give that a stir. And also, you're going to see that cools down the dish and that smell starts to get even more flavorful. Once that comes back to the boil, you're going to take your chopped chili and chopped lime leaf and you're going to sprinkle that in to finish. Look at that, absolutely stunning in there. Give that another stir to activate and bring out all those aromatic flavors. The prawns will be nice and cooked through now. Just getting that lime leaf slices and that chili all throughout this sauce. Let it come back to the boil. Turning that heat up. You want to give that one more flash. I've made a mess. Make sure that you clean up any curry mess on the side or on any white surface because it can stain. Then turn it off and we're going to take that back over and it's ready to plate with some beautiful rice and some herbs to garnish, and bon appetit. We'll see you soon. So we're back over here and we're ready to plate up this delicious dish. So I like it the way it is, but if you have a little bit of a sweet tooth or you don't like it as salty as it comes straight out of the pan, add a little bit of sugar. I have brown sugar here, but you can use palm sugar. I'm just going to put a teaspoon in, just like that. And give it a quick little mix, bringing down those edges, and just making sure that sugar is incorporated into there. And you can use a spatula like I'm using, but you just want to get all those lovely flavors off the edge and just mix it in, just like that. I wish you were here and you could smell this. It smells so good that I don't even want to plate it for you guys if you want to eat it. But I'll plate it just for you, okay? So, over here we've got some small basil leaves. We have a little plume just to make it look good. And we have those lovely purple flowers just there to garnish with. Now here's some rice that I prepared earlier. It's basmati rice, just boiled with a little bit of salt. Now, if you want to make it look extra fabulous like this, you can put it in a bowl like that. A little bit of oil in the bowl, light olive oil or vegetable oil, and you just get your plate. This, and on top. And you're going to get your I'm in Thailand dome of rice, which makes you feel a little bit better about everything. So, chuck in your basil. One of the last steps of this is to chuck in this little bit of basil because it does bruise very easily and you want that flavour to be released right at the time of serving. So just make sure those leaves, they've got that sauce on there. And then, because we want to make it look pretty, we're going to get the surgical tongs. We're going to take a prawn out and we're going to just put it okay. Now if you're at home and you're ready to just eat this straight away, which I am, but I'm using all the patience I have, you can not do this and you can just whack it in a bowl with some rice on the bottom. If you want some crushed peanuts or something like that, you can use those. But we're doing fine dining for you guys today. Just giving those a little bit of extra attention. Like this. And then over the top of all of that, you're going to get your lovely sauce. Give it a drizzle. Almost done. Now this is for plating purposes only. I would usually have all of that in my bowl with my rice, mix it up, stuff it down with a nice beer on a Sunday night, a little bit of spice, a little bit of flavour, lovely protein in there. We're going to garnish it like that, and then just so delicately put those little purple flowers over the top if you're trying to impress somebody. Plastic. Get a lime. There we go. Just give that lime cheek a little slice there. And there you go. Homemade Penang curry or Thai red curry with prawns and purple flowers on top. Now get out of here and make your own, because this is mine and I'm ready to eat it. This is Tom Brown's Kitchen. Like and subscribe for more recipes.
See you next time in Tom's Kitchen. Like and subscribe.